duty to introduce this next person.
Franchise!
This guy is, and has been, one of the best in the business and a legend. He also, just over 19 years ago, as a young wrestler in the business, captured the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
And he threw it in the trash!
That's exactly what happened.
It's like you belong!
He took that belt, threw it away, and became the ECW Heavyweight Champion. He was three-time ECW Heavyweight Champion. And tonight, after 19 years, is returning to the National Wrestling Alliance. Let me introduce you, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is known as the Franchise, Shane Douglas.
Currently, we're introducing the Franchise Shane Douglas, who is now returning to the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, after what he did 19 years ago. Throwing that NWA title into the trash can.
Shane Douglas, the Franchise, one of the ECW originals, and also Shane Douglas, a good friend of mine.
Don't touch him, you shower! What? Douglas! You're a dynamic dude! All right!
In 34 years in this business, I've spoken as guys and they've all heard the voice. I'm going to talk to them as Phil Martin.
Speak up! Say what you
Beat his ass, Shane!
Bill Watts, years and years ago, said to me, as a young punk in the business, Shane, think soon to be the best in this business, and all those little adages that went in one ear and out the other. And put some wisdom in there. He said to me one time, "No, Shane, the journey of 1,000 miles
Oh my God!
begins with a single step." And my dad, who's upstairs tonight like he was 20 years ago, used to tell me, "Son, screwed up ain't the problem. Not being man enough to hold on to it is." So I've read the balls. NWA fans and said, "What the hell is Shane Douglas doing coming to an NWA?" Right? Everybody knows the history. 20 years ago, throwing the NWA belt down and hoisting the ECW belt up. And I'm not going to apologize for that, because in August of 1993, that was the proper thing to do. How could I know that a guy that ran the company couldn't add 2+2? But we did change the industry. It's still trying to be caught up to today. The problem is, for an old fart like me sitting in Pittsburgh, I turn on the WWE, and it sickens me. Because I remember the champion from Pittsburgh, the late legend, Brother San Martino, who was, of all things, called him what he was, he was a professional wrestler.
Not like you.
Not an entertainer. Not a steroid freak. Not having his lines written from some bad Hollywood writers. Now I turn it on and I see 20 minutes of blah, 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 blah.
Thank you.
Ain't no wrestling. Dixie Carter had a unique opportunity. Her dad owns a billion-dollar corporation. She had talent in her dressing room like Kurt Angle had ever presented. Like Samoa Joe. Like AJ Styles. She went on, and after spending $330+ million of her daddy's money, she's got nothing to show for it. Except an aging dinosaur named Hulk Hogan. Our business ain't so big anymore. 50 million fans watched 10 years ago, less than 3 million last week. I hear you now. It ain't a mistake to say you screwed up. It's a mistake not to man up to it. Where did this all start? How did Vince and Dixie get this big brand business? Fantastic sport on his professional wrestling. And such a tragic position. When they draw the line from 2013, in my mind it draws right back to the night the greatest wrestling company in the history of professional wrestling, the NWA, had somebody throw the belt back. It was the right thing in 93, young man like Ronnie saying, and asking for pardon, and asking for forgiveness. But since I was the guy that threw that belt down and started a revolution once, it seemed to me after 34 years I learned a few things. Maybe it's come full circle. Maybe it's come full circle. Maybe the rest of the fans I've spoken to all around the country tell me these three things. I've been a loyal fan since I was a kid. I've been a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. And I haven't watched in years. Now those three comments don't go together. But the first two are me and the team. Been a lifelong fan. Watched from the time I was smaller than some of these kids in this crowd tonight. And I still love a great wrestling match. The problem is, I can't remember if you're in here. And I will go with franchise voice for a second. Vince and Dixie, you screwed up our sport, but good! Now the guy that started the revolution is ready to start it again and bring the sport of professional wrestling back.
Yeah!
You've seen me on the side here watching all night. I've seen some things I thought were really cool. I saw a few things that may need some work. The one thing I saw in that dressing room was heart. Remember that Dixie? Sorry, you've never seen it. The NWA tonight has always been that heritage. They have.
Okay, the potentate of hate. Abdullah Farouk is here.
He's out to congratulate Shane and welcome him to Toledo.
You know, I've been making some really good points, okay? Friend has some points to make to you as well. Now, I've sat back there and I listen to you talk and I listen to you talk, okay? Now, the points that I have to make are, you might want to ask this, who invited you? Who invited you, Shane Douglas? Who invited even remembers Shane Douglas.
I know. I don't care.
A couple other points to them as well.
Franchise.
Now you can stop with all the pleasures, all the handshakes, and all the support that you're blowing out here. 'Cause I know who you are, Shane Douglas. I know who you are. I know where you've been. You don't have to give me a history lesson. You might have to give these morons one, but I know you. Hell, I've even been to some of the places that you. I think I probably even paid for a couple of your meals, because I was one of these people sitting in the crowd as well. I myself, lifelong wrestling fan. I lived and breathed wrestling. But you know what? I could on the other side of the aisle. That's where I play. And I showed up and supported guys like you and put money in your pockets. Okay? I could not no longer sit home and watch happening with wrestling. I could no longer sit and see what's happening. Shane Douglas, I know what you've done, right? 20 years ago, Shane Douglas, 20 years ago, I saw you do something I've been waiting 20 years to tell you how I feel.
And now Shane Douglas being attacked by Mustafa Muhammad because Abdullah Farouk not happy with what Shane Douglas did 20 years ago. 20-year grudge. I'm sure this is not really what Shane Douglas expected being here tonight to address, coming back to the NWA. Douglas firing back now, but Mustafa Muhammad giving a reporter. I tell you, Douglas looks really good right now, boys.
Yes, he does. Oh, yeah.
Boot up though, right to the side of the head. But he's caught out belly to belly. That's
look
put
at
away
that.
so many
I
people.
don't know why they call him the franchise. They still call him the franchise right there.
You've had the time out here picked out. So let me tell you once and for all. I made my mistakes, and I'm manning up to them. Ain't asking for apologies.